All right, you guys, I'm all set, ready to go. Are you guys ready? It looks like people are coming on. So I did move from Friday to Thursday. I think it's going to work out a little bit better for me. And so that's the kind of the reason why I'm just so busy. And I like to save Friday kind of for a work day because I do have it off. So in any event, we are going to be revealing Paper Pumpkin, and I'm also going to be doing kind of stamping and casing two more of the swap cards that I received in Utah. So, all right, we've got a couple more people coming on. So I see Teresa's on. Let us know where you are watching from, and we always like to see that. And if you want to share this video, you can. Feel free to. You don't have to, but you can. It helps me grow my channel and get the word out. And also the thumbs up actually helps as well in the YouTube algorithm. So, all right. Still looks like, all right. So it looks like we've got a few more people coming on. So we'll just give it another minute or so. So these are the cards in front of me that we will be working on tonight. And then again, Paper Pumpkin here. So if you're not a subscriber of Paper Pumpkin, you should try to check it out. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. I'm a 12-month subscriber because I want to bring this to you as my customers and my Inspired Daisies team. So I see a few people here from my team here, and I see Pam's on, and ooh, somebody from Hawaii. Oh, let me know which. I cannot pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. However, I would love to know what island you are watching from. I've been there twice. I've been to the Big Island, to Maui, and to Kauai. So my favorite, of course, is Kauai. But alrighty, so we're gonna get started. It's 7:04. So I thought I would bring you two more samples out of the 72 I think I received at the event in Utah, St. George, Utah. I was with 80 other demonstrators. And we were almost all of us were incentive trip. We earned the incentive trip. So we did a swap, and I've got these two to showcase you. And this set here are both sentiments here come from the limited edition stamp set. So we'll be going over the cards after we reveal Paper Pumpkin. So I'm going to set those cards aside, and we're going to open up Paper Pumpkin together. I have not opened it up. I have just taken off the plastic that it's wrapped in and my shipping label. So if you're not familiar with Paper Pumpkin, it's always the name of the subject or project of the month. So this is called Pick of the Crop. It'll tell you what month and year. So June 2022, and it's on both sides. So these boxes I love because they make really good shipping boxes, and they also make really good packaging or gift giving boxes too. So I always repurpose these boxes. So when we open up our Paper Pumpkin, we get a little brochure or flyer, and it's two-sided, and it tells you a little bit about what, this is this month's here. So love the mini canvas shopping bag included in this month's kit. Just scan the QR code below to purchase additional bags. So those you can purchase additionally. I don't even know what size they are yet because I haven't even seen it. So if you take your cell phone camera and you kind of focus on here, it's going to bring you right to that link. And on the flip side here, it's going to tell us what is next. For July, it looks like sending good thoughts, it will be coming to me. So, and here's another one I can scan and play. So this month we're giving, so this is talking about July. This month we're giving you, our loyal Paper Pumpkin subscribers, a chance to win free Paper Pumpkin kit. Learn more about subscriber perks and uncover a few surprises about next month's kit. Your chance is just one click away. So if you just scan that image right there, I know you can't see it, but it's there for you to learn a little bit more about sending good thoughts. All right, we get a stamp set. So this one looks like it's got strawberries on it. Thinking of you, love you a whole bunch. This is really hard to see. You are the sweetest. You're the pick of the crop. Hello. And it looks like those are not, I don't think they're strawberries, but I don't know. We'll see. And I think those are the seeds, and this is kind of a foliage plant. So it looks like it's based on like strawberries and that type of season. It looks like we've got Calypso Coral. I always use my own Calypso Coral ink pad because I save these for my in-person classes. That's what I decided to do for you know, keeping those, because a lot of times we need the same color more than just one time. We have it at multiple stamping stations. All right, so it's always nicely packaged with tissue paper. And most of the time it's blue, but sometimes it's not. It can be a different blue. This looks like pool party tissue paper. So if we open up the bag, all right, so we have, oh, they're blueberries. Thank you, Gloria. Yes, I love blueberries and strawberries. So sometimes it's a little hard to get this out of the box, and I don't want to flip it in front of you. So I'm just going to take my take your pick tool and stab that plastic, and we will pull it out. All right, so then I'm just going to wrap this up real nice, and we're going to put it right back in that box. I save the tissue paper, and I save the box, and I repurpose this because it's a beautiful box. All right, so I will do some alternatives with this. I'll make what they say is the project, and then I always do some alternatives. I love to do alternatives, one, because it really helps me with designing, and it also helps me think outside of the box as well. And I do like to bring you guys a little bit of different suggestions and ideas for paper pumpkin. All right, so we've got this little shrink wrap plastic that sometimes is a little hard to get off. All right, so we got the stamp set. We got Calypso Coral. And is my camera too far away? Can you guys just let me know? All right, it looks like Carla's on. Big Island. Oh, yes, very nice. All right, I think it's okay, but I just wanted to make sure. My laptop is about 20 seconds behind on YouTube. And on Facebook, it's just a couple seconds behind. But anyway, it looks like we got some Stampin' Dimensionals. And guess what? These are the same size as our regular Stampin' Dimensionals. Usually, they're a little bit thicker. But these are our regular size. So that's kind of the first time I've ever seen that. All right, looks like we've got some linen thread. Love linen thread. And we have this nice little canvas bag. That is so cute, you guys. So cute. And you can stamp on this. And I'm sure that's what the project is going to entail. All right, so here's the blueberries and strawberries. And we've got some cheese. And we've got some call outs here, some banners. This is a tag. It's got this little hole here. So just poke that out so you can kind of see it. So these are die cuts if you're not familiar with paper pumpkin. Oh, it's all one big one. Fooled me. All right, so let me just put this aside here so we can kind of see what is going to be in this kit. So here's some cheese. All right, and then here's a banner. And it's got a nice little decoration on it. This is a tag. It looks like it's in garden green on the edge there. And maybe rich raspberry on this one. Okay, so this is scrap, and throw that out. And it looks like we have, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets of those die cuts. Oh, I like these envelopes. Look at these envelopes, you guys. So this is really nice. You have that space there. You can write your address. You still have room up here to write or put your return address. I use labels because it's easier. And then let's see what's on the inside, because they always decorate the inside of the envelopes. Looks like it's Blushing Bride, but we'll figure out what the colors are. Maybe Flirty Flamingo. This is Soft Succulent. That's easy. But when it gets to be those pinks, sometimes it's a little hard to figure out what color they are. To me, it looks like Blushing Bride, but we'll take a peek at the coordinating colors in a minute. So we have all these really nice envelopes. They're all designed the same. So that makes it really easy. All right, so already we've got a ton of stuff here to work with and craft with. Now we've got some beautiful cards here. Look at this. So lots of fruits. I eat so many fruits that I really need to pop some vegetables in me a little bit more. So I got to work on that, actually. So that's 1, 2, 3. Ooh, look at this one, you guys. That's what that stamp is for. I love that. Sunset. My Parks and Rec classes, the in-person one is next week. So they requested watercoloring. So this is a great idea right here. Maybe we can kind of case this in my class. I haven't really designed next week's class. I'll get to that this weekend. So they're in for a surprise. Sometimes I let them see what we're going to be making, and other times I don't. It's a surprise. So we've got 3 different card bases here, and there's more over there, but I just didn't have them all in my pile, and it fooled me because I thought that was a die cut, but these are card bases. So this is another one. See, it's like so 3D. It looks like it's going to pop right out there. All right. And looks like we've got some vellum. So let's see what we got here. We'll take them apart. And that's got a jagged edge there. And it looks like we have 1, 2, 3 of them. And then we've got some call outs here. So maybe this will go on here. Won't know until I see the instructions. And here's another larger one. Not sure what will go on that one. And it looks like there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's all going to be the same thing. So 3. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, vellum, if you're punching out small little objects, don't throw this away. Let me show you. Let me go get a punch so I can show you. Let's see, which one am I going to use? This one and this one. This will be fun. Okay, so I just grabbed 2 punches that they're current punches. So this is the bow punch. And what you can do with this scrap here is you can punch out some vellum foliage. Okay. Sometimes you don't get the whole entire stem, and that's okay. But there you go. We've got a nice little tulip flower. And then here's another punch, which is called the Dragonflies punch. You can punch out some dragonflies with vellum. So we just come over here and punch a nice little dragonfly. So those little bits and pieces of vellum, they are worth something, so don't throw them away, because look at how small that is. It's like 1/2 inch. So we'll keep those, and I'll put those aside and use them for another project. So again, don't throw that out. You can use it. All right, so then we've got some strawberry die cuts. Looks like, oh gosh, I just saw the next sheet. You guys are gonna love it. So 3, 3, and 3. So strawberries and blueberries. I'm just gonna take all of these off because it'll be much easier. We got our strawberries, and honestly, I don't even know what this is. If you know what this is, let me know, because I'm embarrassed. I don't know what this thing is, right? I'm sure it's obvious to somebody out there, but it's not obvious to me. Okay. And there's 3 of those. And then there's these little ones too. So there looks like there's 6 of these. Bread loaf. Bread. Oh, I guess it kind of looks like bread. Yes. I guess we're going on a picnic, right? That's what I'm thinking this paper pumpkin is all about. I haven't looked at any of the videos. I kind of like to just go with the flow. So we got some bread, and we've got another sheet of the objects as well. And then we have, this one's gonna floor you guys. Honestly, this is the best one. So we have, look at this. I want to make sure I'm in the camera. All right, look at that. Mark it. Like, look at these. I don't know what this flower is, but it's purple. So we're gonna pop that one out. When you got these smaller little areas here, go very carefully, even though you want to just take them off really quickly. All right, so we have one of those. Well, we have 4 of them. And then here's this little, I'm going to call it a market cart. And then the little wheels pop out. Okay, so if I'm doing an alternative project, which I'm going to be, I may save those little triangles there and use them as a alternative. So to get these out, I would just suggest using your take your pick tool, and then you can just press it and pull it up a little bit very carefully so you don't rip the paper. And they do just pop out very, very easily. All right, so there's lots of these little, they kind of resemble candy corn. Like you could maybe color these like candy corn because they kind of look like it. All right, so we're just going to punch out these here. There's quite a few of them. And I love our Stampin' Up! Tools because it makes our job a little bit easier. Okay, so that's your little market basket. And it looks like we have 2 of those as well. So I'm not going to poke all those out, but there's another sheet of the same ones here. So that's really fun. I can't wait to put this one together. This is going to be awesome. Looks like we've got some glue dots here. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. So about 24, something like that. And it's always packaged in the chipboard. I always save the chipboard. One of these times I'm going to have a perpetual calendar class when I can fit it in, but I'm been saving all these chipboards because they're really sturdy and they make really nice projects. You can slap some designer series paper on here and, you know, kind of create with it. So I'll keep that. And then here are the instructions. So we always have the instructions with paper pumpkin, and it's again called Pick of the Crop, June 2022. And here are the instructions to make your card. So you go 1, 2, 3, and those little solid dots mean they are for glue dots. And then these right here are your Stampin' dimensionals. So it looks like there's 3 that are going on here. And then they kind of tell you what to stamp on the banner. Oh yeah, so here's the bread. Oh, and it looks like you're going to use a linen thread to create a bow, and there's a thinking of you tag. So this is going to be a fun one. And then on the back side here, it's going to tell you exactly what you have in the kit. So it looks like you only get 1 bag. That's a bummer. Like I thought I would be getting a little bit more. That's why they're for sale. And we've got our Stampin' dimensionals, glue dots, envelopes, and all the call outs and the die cuts. Stamp set, there's the little Clips of Coral ink spot. So all the supplies. Down here, it says contains supplies for 9 cards and 9 envelopes. Coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors. I love to look at this. We've got my favorite Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Clips of Coral, Crushed Curry, Garden Green, Night of Navy, and Soft Succulent. I think all of those, or most of those, kind of are like fallish colors. So maybe if you added a little bit of, let's see, maybe some Mossy Meadow in there, that would be almost all fall colors. But we are, you know, I said at work today, I said, you guys, we're almost through the month of June, and that means July's coming. And then Jay, who is my coworker, says, yep, Days are getting shorter. I said, yeah, next thing we know, it's going to be snowing out, right? Oh, I just think the seasons in Vermont are just too short for me. As I'm getting older, I kind of like miss although I like the 4 seasons, don't get me wrong. I just wish our seasons, like summer, would last a little bit longer because, I don't like the heat too much, but I do love the green and being able to not have to wear, all your warm clothes when it's like 10 below and 30. I've actually felt 40 below, no doubt, when we were living up north. 40 below, and it was below zero for 3 weeks. So I will always remember that. So, all right. Anyway, that's Paper Pumpkin. If you would like to enroll in Paper Pumpkin or subscribe, all my information is here. It's so wicked long, but this is a direct URL to go right to my website, Paper Pumpkin website, and subscribe. And you can subscribe month to month or 6 months, 3 months, 12 months, whatever you want. And you can always stop your subscription and rejoin it as well. Okay, so here's our next project, which is going to be our swap cards. So these are the original swap cards that I received in St. George. And I've been starting to case them last week. I cased, I put them away already, I think. If you want to bear with me, I'm going to go over, and I didn't think to bring over the one I made last week, but I'm going to do that. Just a second. I found one. Let's see. Oh, no, I got him. Okay. You guys have no idea what I just did. I have my card club and I'm sorting all my panels, and I just hit the edge and they all kind of fell on the floor. Oh well, I'll resort them. Okay, so this is the one we made last week. All right. And then I think, yep, this is another one I made. So this is the kind of the design I received in Utah, and I made this one as well. So this is what I've been doing. I've been kind of casing the cards that I received. It really is helpful. It really, I can kind of see what other demonstrators are doing, and see what their tastes are. Some people that live out west is not going to have, they could have more of like, desert kind of theme. They might not like mountains or foliage or grass, but they could like other things. So this gave me a lot of variety. All right, so we're going to get going. I'm going to work with this one first, which is limited edition. So let's go over the stamp set first. This is what it looks like. This is our Angel Policy stamp set. And what that means is if you are selling your cards or any project using the Stampin' Up! Products, you need to use one of the Angel Policy stamps. Now, I use for my cards this one right here. It says copyright Stampin' Up! But there's some really fun sayings in here. So hand stamped, Stampin' Up! And then this is the one that we're going to stamp with today. And I'm going to show you how to mask this. A paper hug from me. That is so fun, right? I'd love to get a card that says a paper hug from me. Just for you, made with love. A one-of-a-kind creation. And then there's the Stampin' Up! Copyright. Handcrafted from the heart. We're going to use that one. And I'm going to show you how I, if I remember to stamp on the back side of my cards. So that is a cling stamp set. So that is what we'll be using. Now for this one here, I'm not really sure what stamp this foliage is in. We've got so many different foliage stamps. I decided to use the Forever Firm because we have lots of choices in this one. This is kind of one of my favorite ones. All right, so I haven't decided which foliage I'm going to use yet. And I am changing this up just a little bit. I love to use 1/8 of an inch borders. So that's what I'm changing up on here. And the colors I'm going to be using I haven't really decided yet. I did pull out Parakeet Party, and it is matched up with Mary Merlot and Mossy Meadow. So let's see. I think what I want to do is I need these little marks in here too. So I think I'm going to choose the splatter, and that's right here. It's actually one of the stamps I haven't used very much. You can kind of see the stamps here and how, you know, worn they are. I love this stamp set. So, and it's been around, and I'm glad it was carried over. I'm going to use a block that's way too big for this, and it's because all my blocks are being used for Card Club right now, and I'm trying to get that out on Saturday. So if you are on Card Club, look for your shipping instructions or your tracking information, hopefully Saturday morning. So that's my goal, because tomorrow I'm hiking. I'm taking tomorrow off to train and hike. So that's a splatter I'm going to choose. And then the foliage. My two favorite ones, and I don't know about you, are this one here and this one. And I think I might use, let's see, I'm going to use this one. And it's the reason why is we don't have a lot of room here to stamp. Now, if I was to have the whole front card, I would probably do a combination of the two and maybe pull in one of those smaller ones. So I'm going to choose this one right here. And I'm going to use a D block. I think it will fit on a D block. If you kind of do your block like at an angle there, you can't put it on straight because it's going to go over the edge. And let me just show you here. So if I was to put it on like this, you're not going to have the whole stamp on there. So we just turn our block this way, and then we're using the longest distance on that block. All right, and then we need to go to the limited edition here, and we're going to pull out this one right here. I have not used this stamp set, only the, I've actually used this one here, but we'll be using a little bit later. And the other one is that Stampin' Up! Copyright, which I have on this block here. And I'm going to grab a C block for this one. Okay, so if you're interested in knowing what page this stamp set is on, and you have no idea, the quickest way to find a stamp set in here is to go to the index of our annual catalog. And it's in alphabetical order. You just got to kind of remember the name of the stamp set you're looking for. So it starts on page 181 and it goes all the way to 182. So I'm just trying to find limited edition, which is here, and it says it's $19 and it's on page 119. So if we go to 119, let's see where it is, 119. There we go. So here is how they use the stamp set. Oh, I love this one right here. That's really fun. They must have used the Stampin' the markers. But here, a paper hug from me. So isn't that really cute? Hand stamp. That's embossed. I'm pretty sure that's embossed on some designer series paper. Made with love. And it's got the copyright Stampin' Up! On it. So they're probably selling that as like a craft fair item or something. It looks like there's a cookie in there or something like that. But it's got 8 cling stamp sets, and again, it's $19. If you want the item number, it's 158754. Okay, we're gonna start stamping. So I gotta decide. I didn't pull my ink pads, so let me do that. Let's see. So I am gonna go with Parakeet Party because. Okay, so I've got all my pieces here. And hopefully I won't lose a piece like I did on Monday. Okay, so we're going to stamp first. And I'm going to stamp this area on the right side because this is a like hot dog fold. Oh, and I didn't tell you who made this card. So this one was made by Candy Rattray. Facebook is Sweet Stamper. On the inside, you mean the world to me is what she had stamped, and here's that foliage as well. Okay, you're going to definitely need some scrap paper, so let me pull some out from my drawer here. And we're just going to put this underneath the front of the card here. I'm going to open it up, and we're going to start stamping on the parakeet party. And I think this is the first time I've actually used this color. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to, even though this is copier paper, I'm going to test it just to see how juicy that stamp set is. Now the Forever, or yeah, Forever Fern is a distinctive stamp set. So you're going to see lots of different kind of 3D images. That looks really nice. So I'm happy with this foliage. So that's what we'll start with. Let me just kind of go this way. Now, let's see what I can create for this side. I'm going to start in the middle here. And what you want to do is you don't want your foliage to be going the same direction. So if you go here and here, well, that's a little bit boring. So you want to just turn your stamp and go a little bit different direction like that. And then we'll go this one here. And then down here, we want to put something because that's going to be shown. Now, if you want to fill in these small little white areas here, you can do that. Just ink up. I inked up the whole stamp, but you're going to just touch it lightly over here. Just bring it in about 1/2 inch. That way, now it's filled in. I'm going to fill it in right here and maybe right here. Okay, now we've got this white space up here, correct? So all you need to do is turn it, and I'm going to stamp it this way. And it's okay that I went in this area here because it's going to be covered up by that panel. I might go over here too, just in case. Okay, and then I'm going to just throw a little bit of color right there in that corner. All right, so let's see what is going to happen next. We are needing to stamp in the Mary Merlot. So I'm going to close this up and use the Mary Merlot. Now I'm going to use a punch on this. You can use your layering circles for, you know, quick stamping. And kind of, I didn't want to use a die cutting machine and all that, pull that in. So I'm just going to use a punch, and I'm using the 1 3/8 circle punch. And let me just grab some cardstock. I hope this is big enough. We'll see. All right. Now we don't have to mask this one because we're using the punch. Okay. So just stamp that really easy. And let me grab the punch right there in front of me. And then we're just going to punch this out. And I'm just going to try to get it the best I can there. Okay, simple, simple, right? And then that we didn't even use. I'll show you how to mask the other one because we're going to have to. All right, we're going to kind of put this one together next. So I'm going to throw that out, and I'm going to grab a new piece of paper here so you can see a little bit better. I'm going to use liquid glue on this one, and both of my bottles are getting to the end, so we'll see if we've got any glue in here. And, oh, there we go. Of course, it all kind of comes out. Okay. So we're going to add this sentiment onto the Mary Merlot circle. Again, use layering circles or a punch, and that was the 1 3/8 retired punch. You can also kind of turn it over and press it down here. You can always use a block too if you don't want to get your hands all glue. Oops, that moved. Let me just put that back. Stay put. Okay. Then we've got your Mossy Meadow, and that's the layering circles of the scallop. And this is a stylish shape in Parakeet Party. And these are all kind of just layered on top of each other. They're not popped up until we actually put this on the card. So I'm going to add the glue to the rough side of the die. Don't need a lot. And this is going to get layered right here. And then we'll take the this one here And this one gets added on. So we had to make 78 swap cards. So when you're doing that many, and I've never done that many, so that was a first, you want your design to be simple, but usable as well. Okay, I'm going to press from the back side here. I've got some glue on there, but I think it'll be okay. I could use my glue eraser and get rid of that. We can prep this one too. We can use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to use up these that I have left on this sheet. You can see I was using my punches to figure out what size I needed, just using that kind of scrap paper. All right, so those are all ready to go. Now we're going to take our stamped card front, and we're going to work with these two panels. So I used the Fern 3D embossing folder. This by far is my favorite embossing folder from the annual catalog. And you use plates 1 and 4 in your stamp or your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It is beautiful. I just love this one, and it's my favorite. So now I keep this sheet and I just put a rubber band on it, so it's much easier to remember, you know, everything about that embossing folder. So here it is with the Parakeet Party, and I'm going to add glue to the debossed side. Just slowly put this around. And I use liquid glue almost 100% on anything that is embossed, because it's all different levels of paper here. And I think the glue, or maybe Stampin' Seal Plus, actually will work as well. That's a super sticky adhesive. Now this is got just 1/8 of an inch border, so I can be really careful with that. And I'm going to just press it from the back side again. Now this one is a little bit different, okay? I went all the way up edge to edge, so it's 5.5 inches. This one has about 1/4 of an inch border on it. And I'm going to kind of leave a little bit more white showing here, okay? And next thing is really simple. You're just going to add your glue to the back of the Mossy Meadow. Stay on the panel and not on my work surface there. I'm going to grab some disinfectant wipes here to wipe that glue up, because if I don't, it's going to get all over everything that I'm using tonight. So I just like to tear a small piece off. Let me just wipe. Whoops, I'm just going to wipe this off. Okay. Now we're going to add this one right over here. And I'm going to work at the top and then go down to the bottom, because when you emboss your paper, it does stretch a little bit. So we're going to have to trim this down. Oh, you know what? I didn't put the you guys didn't say anything. I didn't put the Mary Merlot splatter on there. All right, let's see if I can handle that. So we're going to take Mary Merlot and splatter and see what we get. I'm going to test this first. Okay, so you can go first, second, and third generation. Okay, so let's see what we get. I'm just going to splatter throughout. And we're going to rotate the stamp so we don't have the same direction. You can keep going, like this is 5th generation. See, it stays on there quite a bit. All right, so I'm going to just leave that as is. Then we've got our little focal point for the sentiment. I love how this is layered. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 different layers, but it was quite easy to do the focal point here and die cut. Of course, I die cutted all this last night, so it would be easier. All right, so you see this? We can put it anywhere we want. I think I'm actually going to put it in the middle. I think that looks pretty good. Now for embellishments, I'm just going to take, I've got some up here, some leftover paper pumpkin elements. I don't know what these were from, probably like May or June. And I'm just going to take some of these. They always give you extra product, so that's what I kind of like about it. I'm just going to put these elements throughout. And I'll probably see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to use all these, so 5 of them. And I'm just kind of finding some areas that doesn't have that splatter or the green. Let me just put one over here. And we could maybe, let me just see what this looks like. Yeah, I'm going to put it on the middle of the flower. So now these are all done. The inside of the card here, she designed "You Mean the World to Me." So this says limited edition. Is there a sentiment in here that would work? Let's see. We could do handcrafted from the heart, but I'm going to save that one. You know what? We could stamp this one. Kind of will go. Oh, man. These are stuck because I haven't used them. This one with the "Just for You." Let's see. I did not put that on the label on very good. So I'm just going to practice. Okay. So I'm just going to write, I'm going to stamp this "Just for You" right up here. Hopefully it's straight. It's not too bad. Now on the back side, I said I would stamp my, I use my address stamp set or stamp, and I'm going to stamp in the Mary Merlot. Okay, and then I'm going to take that Stampin' Up logo and stamp it underneath my name. So now I'm abiding by the Stampin' Up angel policy, and I could sell this card if I wanted to. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim this up because it does extend past the edge. So we're just going to take our paper snips. Got to go a little bit slower because there's 2 layers of paper there, the Mossy Meadow and the Parakeet Party. But see, that's how much was over the edge. All right, so here's that one. And here is this one. So I do kind of like the splatter. I probably should have not put as much on it, but I really like this. I like that design. All right, so what do you guys think? Let's see. I see some different names. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I really like that. All right, so yep, color combination. You can thank let's see, what's her name again? Candy Ratty, Sweet Stamper on Facebook. She came up with this design. It was a card swap, and I just tweaked it with what I had for stamp set and products too. So I just really love this focal point. We may, I might use this stamp set for a card club or maybe a class as well. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next card, which entails this one here. And it says handcrafted from the heart. And this one was designed by Jennifer Hill. She is from, I think she's from Jennifer Hill, onecraftysister.com. I think she's from Canada, but I'm not 100% sure. But we did the swap in St. George, Utah. So super fun trip. All right, let's see what I've got in my kit for this time. Let's see, where is my kit? Here it is. Okay, I'm changing up my colors to what in the paper that I had. And I'm using a Washed in Beauty because that's what was on my desk, because that's what Card Club is for the month of June. And that's what I'm prepping for right now. So we've got our basic white envelope. And what I used was, let's see, got all these little things around here. I've got my thick, this is thick, basic white. I normally use just basic white, but you guys that are in Card Club are going to get thick, basic white this month because I wanted to change it up and see how you guys like that versus the basic white, what do I want to say? Thickness. There we go. It's not much more money, so anytime I use a white base now, I'm going to use the thick basic white. Now I've got, this is Mary Merlot, so it's the same color that we used previously. That's what I'm going to be using for here. And she used a lighter pink, so maybe that's either petal pink. I think it's petal pink. It's really hard to say. I'm using the Washed in Beauty. This side is so pretty, you guys, but I'm going to use this side instead. This card, I made a Card Club card. Let me show it to you. It's like the most easiest card you can make. So here's one design. I used Mossy Meadow, Blackberry Bliss, and here's that same panel. But yeah, it's actually almost cut the same. But then you've got some more. This is a 12 by 12. So you're going to get different card fronts. So that kind of tells you exactly what it kind of looks like. You can add some Wink of Stella to this too to give it a nice little glittery effect. So anyway, that's what my club members will be making and probably next week. Okay, so this is the Washed in Beauty, and it's cut 3 3/4 by 5, and it's layered on a piece of Mary Merlot. That's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And really hate to not use that side, but it will be too busy, and we need a pink. So we'll just add our glue all the way around here and a little bit in the middle. And then we're going to flip it over and add it to the Mary Merlot panel. I always start in the lower left corner and look at the 1/8 of an inch that way. And then my eyes travel all the way to the top left. And then I kind of move it into place. Oops. Oh, come on. It moved on me. Sorry about that. But anyway, I start down here and my eyes travel all the way up here. And then everything should lay perfectly straight when you do it that way. Mine's almost that way, but just a little bit off. All right, the next piece is, this is Blushing Bride, and the embossing folder that I used is another 3D, and it's a carryover. It's called Time Worn Type 3D, and it's got lots of like different textures and words on it. So the only thing you really need to be careful about when you adhere this down is that you don't put this down the wrong way, because it's going to be backwards. So I always look for "we know what." Those are the 3 words there that I look for. And if you notice, Jennifer, she curved the corners. Now I cannot find my trio punch. Maybe someone borrowed it. I'm not really sure. I haven't found it. And so I'm going to bring out my Project Life corner rounder. I have had this forever, and I just want to round the corners. And Jennifer did not emboss hers. She used So Saffron, and I just thought it would look nice with a texture on it. And then this is going to go straight down here. I guess I could actually mount this on this here. What did she do on the inside? I don't think she stamped anything. No, she did not. All right, so I'm going to take, oh, let me just use Seal Plus because this one's almost empty and I want it to get empty so I can put a new refill in it. Okay, so this is just going to go on top of that thick basic white. Then this one here is going to go on kind of the center. So I'm going to look at the left and the right side and the top and the bottom, make sure it's equal distance. Again, I'm going to use liquid glue on this because it is embossed. Okay, and we'll flip that over and center it down. Okay. And for embossed panels, you just need to just give it a little bit of TLC just to make sure it gets stuck down there. Next, we are going to be using some more of the Washed in Beauty. And the dies I used are called Seasonal Labels dies. And there's a lot of them here. There's so many of them. And I just like these over here just because I like to have sentiment dies and just those kind of shapes so we can layer. That's what I look for die sets. I necessarily don't purchase the bundle. Sometimes I just purchase the dies. And that's what this one is. Now, she popped this one up with Stampin' Dimensionals. I will do the same. And she also added the linen thread, which I'll have to pull out some that I have not done that. So let me get some Stampin' Dimensionals here, and we're just going to adhere them. Actually, I'm going to need to poke that hole first. I don't want to cover it up with a Stampin' Dimensional, so let me just not put... I got to figure out what direction this is supposed to go. I think that's upside down. I think it's supposed to go that way, so this is the top. So she did not... Let's see. You know what she did? She stuck the twine on with a glue dot, so we don't even have to poke a hole in there. So we can actually add this on here. So let's just make sure those are down pretty good, and we'll just peel those off. This is another card that's really easy to emboss. And we're just going to put this right here. Actually, I'm going to center it. So the top and the bottom, and just bring it over about 1/4 inch. Now we've got these little hearts. These, see those? They comes from Give It a Whirl dies. And she slid one underneath here, so that's what I'll do. And we're just going to slide it under here halfway at an angle. And then this one is going to go on top of the Designer Series paper, die cut label there. And we'll put it right here. Now we're going to stamp. So we've got our strip. This is just 1/2 inch of basic white. And let me pull out Handcrafted from the Heart. Okay, so I'm going to use a D block. And we'll put it on at an angle. So now we're going to mask this. So to do that, I haven't done this technique in so long, so hopefully I got it right the first time. I like to just use a Post-it note. So this is covering up the Stampin' Up! Logo there, okay? And it's close enough to that F. Oops. You can use painter's tape too, but I had these Post-it notes on my desk, so that's what I'm going to use. Now, I'm going to ink up Handcrafted from the Heart. Okay, we're going to pull this off. Hopefully I don't have any of that on there. And let me just See if I can get it straight. Yep. So I didn't get the Stampin' Up on there, right? I just got the sentiment. So have you guys ever tried that? I can do that again so you can kind of see. So here's our white. Again, it's a 1/2 inch. And we're going to take, I'm going to grab a new Post-it note. Okay, we're going to cover up. Actually, let me just clean this off. If I don't do that, then it's probably going to make a mess. So let me just take my Stampin' Scribble up front quick and just clean that off. That's really wet. Hold on. Just, I need to clean that. I haven't cleaned that for months. Okay, so make sure that's all dry. Again, we're going to take our Post-it note and put it over Stampin' Up. Then we'll flip it over very carefully. Oops. Okay, try it again. And take it off. And then we're going to stamp. Okay, so there we go. You can do that with any of these here. So if you want a one-of-a-kind creation, you can just mask it over here and over here too, hand stamped. And if you weren't using a circle punch or a layering circle, then you could mask this off as well. So just a little technique. If you haven't tried that, that's how you mask. One of the ways you can mask anyway. All right, I think we're all done with this and we can close it up. We'll bring our card front back in, and I need to, we've got a little banner here, so honestly, I don't like banners. I don't know why. I just don't. Like, actually like to angle cut, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and then it's going to get layered on here. You can see I'm going to extend all the way over to the Mary Merlot edge. And then, actually, I want to center it. So I'm centering it between the Mary Merlot on here and on the left side as well. So we need to put adhesive underneath from the heart, this area, and part of crafted. And then a Stampin' Dimensional needs to go under that H because it needs to be at the same height of this die cut here. So let me grab, I had a new sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals out. There they are. Okay, so I'm just going to take these, and that goes there. And we'll take this off. Then we're going to put our liquid glue here. Don't need very much. And then we're going to center it. Okay, so now this is all at the same height as this die cut here. Okay, now while that's drying, I'm going to grab, let's see, my 10-second bow maker. And I have all my linen thread in an old Stampin' Up case. This has been working really nicely. And let's see, I've got all kinds in here. I keep the retired stuff in here too, but that's Calypso Coral, so I don't want to use that. I think I'm just going to use, I'll use the white. That's what she used. But I'm probably going to make a double bow. So I like this because I'm terrible at bow making. So let's see. Let's see what I can make. All right, we'll grab some scissors, cut this off. I like to double it. Maybe I can triple it or quadruple it. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be too short. Okay, so it's just going to be a double. So if you're using one of these, you don't know how to use this, you wrap around the back side, right over left and left over right. And then you pinch it in the middle and grab these two tails. And then you just simply make a knot. And you can kind of pull these a little bit. And then slide it up. And then here's your bow. Then what I do is I don't cut the tails until it's the last, whoops, I'm not making that card, I'm making this one. So I don't cut the tails off until I get the bow on. So I'm going to grab a glue dot and my take your pick tool. So here's my glue dots. And we're going to take one of these off and we're going to roll it on the tip of this edge or the end of it. We want it to be like a small ball. And then I'm going to put it down here, which is in the middle there, and then push this, set this on top, and then release. Okay, now I'm going to take some ribbon scissors and I'm just going to cut this down. I like to take both of them together. That way I know they're going to be cut the same distance. There we go. Now, if you want to fray those ends because they might look a little stiff, you can take your pointer and I'm holding it here with my thumb and I'm just pulling the threads apart. And let me do it on this side too. I like this. It's an added touch and it makes it look a little bit softer. Now this white, you could take your Stampin' Blends and color it as well. I should have done that. Or your ink pads you can do too. So see how that looks? This is not on there straight. Okay, so that's kind of just like that frayed look. And I know I have some other paper pumpkin elements. Looks like I got 4 of these. So oops, I'm so sorry. I hit my charging cord. So I'm going to just take these elements and sprinkle them on here. So it looks like one goes on the heart. So I'm just going to put one there. They got a little bit of gold in them. One here. And one over here. And then maybe one up here. I know it's an even number, but I'm just using them up. All right. So I think I've got everything done. So here we go. Now, what do you guys think? Let's see. Teresa, I want to come see your craft room. You're just, I secretly want like all white cabinets and all that good stuff, but I'm just going to use what I want. This is an IKEA desk. It's like the cheapest thing. It's particle board, but the reason why, and it's like a cheap kitchen counter. The reason why I got it was because of the countertop itself. It was pain to put together, let me tell you, and it's kind of falling apart. Okay, so let's see if there's any questions here. I'm going to just roll through them all. Let's see. Oh, a baguette. Yes, a baguette. Bread and a baguette, yep. I would round the ends. They look funny. I would round the ends. They look funny. I'm not sure which card. Maybe it was this one. I'm not sure what you meant, Gloria. I think it was Gloria. Yeah, Gloria, if you're still watching, what did you mean by that? I would round the ends. I'm not sure if she's on here or not. Well, if she's on here, she can put another one, another comment there. So I saw one video. She used the triangles from the wheels, made them as lemon wedges. Oh, that's a great idea. All right. Looks like Susan's on. Hello, Susan. And we got the Netherlands again. I haven't seen you in a while. Houston, Texas. I think Thursday is better than Fridays. I've got lots of new people on here. So Thank you so much for stopping by. It's in the dining room. I only have 3 folding tables, but slowly ordering organizers. Yep. Any changes? Are you changing to Thursday nights? Yes, Carla, I am. I sent out an email late last night stating I was moving to Thursdays because my ultimate goal is to get back into craft fair videos. And right now, being live on a Monday and a Friday, I'm not able to do that. So I'm going to try. It's not going to be this weekend, but perhaps next weekend I will be working on. I already have them, so let me just show you. Oh, I can show you what I got for a deal. I was at Walmart. So I'm going to go back to making one of my very popular craft fair gifts, and that's with the Junior Legal pads. And these are the Walmart ones. So I'm going to be decorating these. And what else do I have in here? Oh, I bought these. These are, if you guys don't know, let me just show you. The Stampin' trimmer comes with this little hole here, and I had this string on there because I had a different command strip, but I like these because the hooks move. Let me just open this up. So Teresa, if you're organizing, or if anybody else wants an organizing tip, I put my trimmer on my wall. I have 2 of them. And I like these because see how that moves? And the trimmer will go, hopefully this is the right size. Yep. Oh yeah, I had to bend it a little bit. So bend this out, just, I need my pliers, but they're in my other desk. So if you bend this out just a little bit, it's gonna fit a little bit better, but it's so nice to have this off my desk and on my wall, so I can just simply grab it. So I got some more of these. And what else is in the bag? Let's see. So craft fair. And oh, I got these. So I got 2 boxes of envelopes. These are peel and stick. They were in the clearance aisle, $3.50, and there's 50 envelopes in there. So break that down. It's not very much. And they are different colors. They're pastel colors, but that's okay. So when I send my team members, which Teresa, I still need to send you a you won the challenge this past week, so I still need to send that to you. So when I send a card out, a lot of times the embellishments are larger than the card. So for these, they're thin, but that's okay. I'm going to stick a card in there with an envelope and the embellishment, and it will fit. And it will go out at the next rate up from the regular regular postage stamp. But this is a easier way and to save a little bit more money than sending it out in a padded envelope, because that's like $3.50 to $4 depending on where it's going. And what else do I have in the bag, you guys? You guys can see what I'm gonna eat. Here's a dried, so this is one meal I'm gonna make on my trip, my hiking trip. And this one says chicken fried rice. So this is what I'm going to eat at dinner time when I'm hiking all day. If I have enough, time to boil my water before I fall asleep. But these are dry prep meals. I got them at REI. So lots of calories, which I'll need because we burn at least 6,000. So I'm hoping to lose a little bit of weight too. But anyway, those are dried packaged meals. Not that that's related to paper crafting at all, but okay. Any other questions before? Did you know postage is going up 60 cents soon? No, I did not. Ooh, thank you for that. I'm going to go. Do you know you guys can go to the USPS website and purchase all kinds of different stamps, a lot better than what my post office offers. Like there's really some fun ones like Halloween. There's, you know, of course the Loves, but they have some really fun one like Disney, I believe. So head over there. I'm going to go buy a bunch of them because I'm not paying 60 cents if I don't have to. That's ridiculous. Okay. So that's what I have. Let's see. One other thing. How many people are on here? There's 9 watching. So how about I show you guys my retreat cards, at least a sneak peek. I will show you day 1. So my retreat has been marketed. It's July 23rd and 24th. So we'll be making these on July 23rd. And it's in person, or you can purchase it to go. The to go option is $129. The in person is $129. That includes meals. So I'm giving a little bit of a break to the to goes. And if you're Inspired Daisy, you can use your secret code to save $10. But these are the cards I made using shaded summer stamp set. And the beautiful, I don't even know the name of it, paper, the butterfly paper. Hold on. It is called Design a Daydream. So you're going to get a sneak peek, but I'm going to go quite fast. And I got to be really careful about inventory because if this paper goes on low order, then I could be redesigning this whole thing. I love this one. Parakeet Party, by the way. This is blue. Love you, friend. And if you're in my area and you would like to come, I can definitely refer some hotels that way. And here we go. I include $50 worth of Stampin' Up! Products, a retreat bag, 2 gifts. We're going to play bingo. And we're going to have some giveaways, that type of thing. So it's going to be a really fun event. I love to do my retreats. I do them 3 times a year, hopefully 4 times. But winter is very hard in Vermont, so it's really, really hard to decide if I want to do one because you never know what we're going to get in the wintertime. Here's a nice little bag and then a tag. So that's day 1. You saw a quick sneak peek of that. Day 2 is up on my counter. You're not going to see that one yet. But if you're interested, I could send you the link. I cannot share the link only via email. So you guys got any questions? If not, I'm going to pick up the mess that I just destroyed on Card Club, reorganize that, and work a little bit more on Card Club. All right. Let's see. Yes, I think July. Okay. So I got to make a note to buy postage stamps. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to sign off. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me by email. For some reason, I'm not able to re-comment back on YouTube. It doesn't allow me to do that. So again, if you have any questions, just reach out to me by inspiredbygraham@gmail.com. You guys have a great Thursday evening and a wonderful upcoming weekend. You guys take care.